All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. How y'all doing? All right. My name is John Ting. I practice immigration law in the United States to help you secure legal status to live and work in America legally. Welcome to ask me any questions about immigration law. Hey, I would love to talk about politics, but for now, let's keep it to immigration as much as possible. All right. Here's the deal. If you're new here, go ahead and click the plus sign. You won't regret it, okay? Because you never know when you might need to ask a question. You might be shy today. That's okay. Go ahead, subscribe, click the plus sign to follow. Now, don't just follow, though. If you got an immigration case, browse around, look at my playlist. If you need a specific video, don't be shy to ask my team, okay? We do from time to time make special custom videos based on request. So, because otherwise, and to some extent, I'm kind of guessing. I don't record videos just only on breaking news. We want to provide some information to you that could be relevant to you. So feel free to ask my team or send a DM, whatnot, okay? Don't be shy. I'm trying to figure out the arrangement here. That's more easier for y'all to see. Okay, I got a lot of stuff here. So in the meantime, welcome in. My name is John Ting. I help y'all secure your legal status to live and work in America legally. To help you get legal status. So do I practice criminal and immigration law? No criminal defense here. Only immigration law. Thank you for asking, though. But if you need a criminal defense attorney in your county, let me know. DM me. Well, if you're on TikTok, send a DM, a message, the county and state, and we'll try our best to find an attorney. No guarantees, though. All right. What's up, DA? Welcome in. So click the screen if you don't mind. You don't have to give me any gifts or anything because that costs you money, apparently. But tapping the screen on TikTok doesn't cost you anything. It's all free. So once we get to 500 hearts, I'll start answering your questions. I really appreciate it. Apparently, if you tap very fast, that might be exponential hearts. Thank you so much. And so I'll be looking for questions on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, okay? So here's the thing. I got my magic wand. If y'all that have been watching before, you know what the magic wand is, by the way. It's not just for this. If you share a scenario, and I'm just like, boy, oh boy. Because I don't tell everyone to schedule a meeting, because that might be an obvious thing. Like, it would be probably better you schedule a meeting. You're welcome to share as much you can here that you feel comfortable with. This is a live public show, so there's other people in the show, all right, listening in. By the way, if you want to join live, you can do that on any of these channels, really. You just got to, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you got to click on that or schedule, like email in for the link, okay? Now, here's the thing. There's 5 scenarios. All right, keep 5 scenarios that you would definitely at least need to contact immigration attorney. Definitely. Number 1, RFE, request for evidence. You have about 84 days to reply. Okay, or if you have an online My USCIS online account, you can upload the evidence. But here's the thing: a lot of people contact us, and they share their what we call procedural history, what happened on their case, and they say, "Oh yeah, I had an RFE. Okay, what happened to that? Did you respond to it?" I think so. And then after more conversation, come to find out their prior lawyer didn't do anything, or maybe it's not a lawyer, maybe it was their notario, maybe it was themselves. I was just like, that makes no sense. Like, did you not know it's mandatory? And the thing is, the USCIS is not going to write in this is mandatory, but it would be helpful if for people who haven't filed a case, and you wouldn't know because you're presumably filing your case one time. You haven't done it for anyone else, but it would be nice, as I said, failure to respond to this will result in denial. It would be nice if they do that, but they don't. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you don't reply to the RFE, if you don't reply to the NOID, you will be denied by USCIS. So you just wasted your money, all because you thought, nah, they don't need that. That was just, they were just asking, but it doesn't matter. I don't know what y'all are thinking, but you need to put on your fucking calendar that there's a due date, okay? And so for example, whatever they use, Outlook, Google, not just put in the deadline, but put it 2 weeks, also another reminder 2 weeks before that. So you mail it timely. That's a key thing. Mail it timely, not postmarked. Mail it way before the deadline. That is part of our workflow, okay? Get it done at least 2 weeks before deadline, preferably. All right, keep tapping the screen if you don't mind. I will get to your questions very soon. Again, if you want to join the live show, you're welcome to do that. The next thing, if your case is delayed, put the letter D in the comments, please. If your case is delayed, put the letter D in the comments. That'll let me know, how to cater this live show, okay? I'll be here for about 15 minutes at least. Okay. And by the way, delay cases, that can be any kind of application. It could be the I-130 only, maybe because your spouse or family members are abroad. It could be the 485 application. You might have already had the interview, and you've been waiting maybe 2 years already since the interview. You may have been waiting 2 years since the receipt date. So now look, then those are definitely ready to file a mandamus lawsuit. But let's put it this way. If you have only filed 2 months ago, okay, thank you, Picky Pirate. Gosh, is that better? Is that better, Picky Pirate? But if you only filed 2 months ago, that's not long enough. Mandamus lawsuit requires an unreasonable delay of cases. So you might think, what's unreasonable? We have a chart that we follow. Okay, we have our own chart based on our experience and based on our colleagues' experience on when we filed the lawsuit. Because the reason that's important is because we don't want to file too early, in the sense that the U.S. attorney, or the AUSA we call it, will respond to us and say, look, John, you filed too early, so now they need to file a motion to dismiss. Okay, we want to avoid that. Okay, we want to file the lawsuit properly, proper timing. Okay. What's going on, Irving? What's going on, Christina Soriano? Liana, welcome in. Okay. Thanks for your question. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Picky Pirate. All right, let me answer some questions. I'll go through the rest later. Christina, you want to inquire of how many months usually take for DQ. You're waiting for your interview letter. Okay, so when you say DQ, that refers to documentarily qualified for people who are abroad, outside the United States. And so it ranges between country to country, but I would say average or a range of 6 to 12 months. I know a lot of people don't like that 12 months, but especially if you're from the Philippines or a country in Africa, I don't know why countries in Africa tend to have it much longer, but they do have it closer to 12 months, okay? All right, thank you so much. Let me try to go in order here. Let me turn up the volume in case someone wants to join live later. Good afternoon, Olivia. Welcome in. Dog Mom, Brown Skin, Ian. What's up, DA? All right, so Olivia asked, you filed your husband's I-130 and 130A. When you check, it says 6 months. The 28th of this month, it will be 1 year. Okay, so is your husband abroad, Olivia? I assume so. It usually takes about 15 months when the spouse is abroad, okay? Unfortunately, you would think the amount of time it takes here at the U.S. side, if he were here as an immigrant beneficiary, should take the same amount of time if he were abroad. But no, it's not, unfortunately. So usually people who are here And really, if you wonder, like, why are people able to get the residency and adjustment of status interview sooner than like I-130 only? In general, the Trump administration wants to have these interviews sooner. Well, apparently in San Diego, some people are getting picked up and arrested. That is not happening in every field office around the country. Okay, to the extent that for the people who in San Diego recently were arrested because of no fucking reason. But the difference in San Diego compared to elsewhere in the country is that they didn't have any issues. If someone was arrested in Dallas, for example, so far that I've heard, and what we heard from our colleagues and friends who practice immigration law, someone in Dallas, for example, being arrested, it's because they have a removal order that they didn't know. Whereas for someone, which is preventable with our team, that we would check the file before filing the case, not during, before filing the case. Okay, we would ask, how did you get here to America? Did you come here with your parents, by the way? It's like just gathering these basic information would have gone a long way for some of these people, okay? For some of people you might know. So it's diligence, due diligence, okay? And I know some of our clients are like, hey, John, or hey, attorney, hey, green card guys, can you file my case sooner? I know that's usually that's a polite way, but usually it's like, file my daggum case ASAP. Let's look at your history here. We've have some things in order. We file FOIA. Want to make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's and make sure everything's legally appropriate before we file the case. But that's not the only reason. Some of y'all are slow getting the evidence, and it's okay. We'll work with you on this. Okay, it's teamwork. We know you got things going on in your life, but the thing is, we're trying to get things done for you so that you get your legal status. All right. The more time lingers and you're eligible. Now put a number one in the comment. If you're new here, by the way, put the letter 0 in the comments if for the nest egg, or is that the right one? If you haven't filed your case at all, if you have not filed an application to USCIS, but you're eligible, put the number 0. Because here's the deal. There's a lot of people who have been delaying because of the concern, right? Of the concern of what's going on in this administration. Let me try to share an example of why you still need to file. Because if you're arrested, unfortunately, like Kathy's husband, I'm sorry to hear that about your husband. We'll talk about that in a second, Kathy. If someone like Kathy's husband gets arrested, and if they have not filed a petition, when eventually he has court, the immigration judge will ask, ask, especially if you're representing yourself, like, have you filed anything? Are you married to a U.S. citizen? Do you have anything pending with USCIS? And you might respond, yes, I've been married for 5 years to a U.S. citizen, but I haven't filed a petition. And the judge's going to look at you like, why haven't you done that? So it's kind of strange, right? Because a lot of people have this misconception that, if I just file too soon, what is too soon? Like, obviously, if you just entered America yesterday, let's not get married and file tomorrow, right? There needs to be some reasonableness to this. But even at 3 months, we filed for people and they got approved in 2 months. Like, we've been very fortunate at timing. No, by the way, a little side note, if any law firm guarantees timing for USCIS to respond to you, that's a fucking lie. Okay, we can just share with you our experiences, but to promise a timing of a government agency to issue you a decision or an interview, I don't know any lawyer that does that. But my point is, if you get confused and you somehow have a consultation with a notary and you thought they were an attorney for some reason, because anyone can create a fucking website, okay? But you got to dig in and listen to these live shows, for example. And unfortunately, non-attorneys are having live shows, so you really got to be careful and who you hire. But typically, it seems that people who promise things in my opinion, doesn't seem to be an attorney. It's usually the non-attorneys that promise things, and that's mostly probably because they don't have a fucking clue. So please be careful. All right, let me answer some more questions. I try my best to go in order. Okay, back to Olivia. How long do you have to wait? Oh, I did answer that. 15 months, Olivia, if your spouse is abroad. Ian, your question about obstruction and inflicted. I don't know what the inflicted part is. Are they category criminal? Are they going to get a green card? You have to schedule a meeting for that so our attorneys can review the documentation, which, by the way, we're happy to consult with y'all, have a strategy session about if you have any past crimes or just immigration history. For example, like a removal order or you have an active court case. Okay, you gotta schedule a meeting. We highly recommend that and provide the documentation. It's going to save you a lot more time if you provide us those documents, the criminal documents, like the judgment, deferred adjudication, essentially the outcome of the crime, if there was one. All right. Priscilla, we don't offer free consultation. We have this amount to speak with a client care specialist. Okay. You know what? Let me see if I can pull up my. How do I show? But to speak with attorney, it does cost a bit more, 3 digits. Exactly, love. Live stream is the best way for everyone to learn. And that's, you know what? That's why I have this chart here of 5 scenarios when and why you need to hire an attorney. Because I know a lot of y'all filed your own case, and that's okay. You don't have to have an attorney at the beginning of the case, but with this current administration, of course, you want peace of mind for approval. I do suggest at the beginning of the case you have an attorney, because most law firms charge, if you're wondering, most law firms charge for this, the RFE annoyed, probably almost the same amount as if filed the whole case in general to begin with. You might not know that. Just a hot little tip if you haven't filed your case yet. Okay. And it's because, at least I can say for our law firm here at Green Card Guys, we do a hell of a good job avoiding this. If there's RFE, usually it's because USCIS officer sucks and they don't know what they're looking at in terms of the financial documents. And sometimes they ask for the same goddamn thing that we were provided. And so it's frustrating, right? But here's the thing. You don't want to have an RFE and you file by yourself, or maybe you hired a shitty lawyer. And then they are asking for all this marriage evidence. And you're like, wait a second. Did that attorney ask me for those documents? Look, I can't speak about specific cases, of course, but let's just put it this way. You hire a software type company that's funded by tech. I'm not going to say their name out loud, but I think you probably have done a little Google searching and found them. What's up, RP? Good to see you. And by the way, RP, thank you for sending articles and sharing with me. Picky Pirate, thank you for sharing that other article. I need to record a video about that situation. There's a lot of concerning things going on with USCIS. When I started the social media channels, I didn't think there was going to be that much content. There's plenty, and for better or worse. Okay, so we keep our head in a swivel, as I learned in football in high school. We've always got to be on the lookout for our clients. I've heard time and time again when people receive an RFE, I said, "Oh, did you have a lawyer before?" "Yeah, we did, but they're not responding to me." Okay, let's take a look at the RFE, and it lists all these basic things. And I say basic, meaning it should have been. It's on our checklist. Okay, so it's very unfortunate to see that. Okay, but the more important thing is fucking respond to it. Okay, don't just forget about it. Okay, let's go back to the questions. Thank you, RP, KP, ARP. Let's see. I know there's some questions about. Let's get some people on. Georgia McKenzie. Oh no, sexy Alicia. What's going on, Georgia? How can I help you? Oh, did you? Oh, accident. Okay, I'll kick you out. No problem. That happens. Thought I kicked out. Okay, there we go. No problem. Okay, let's get Mutu Moya. That's true, love. Any president, it's not just this one, can change immigration law through the Attorney General. Hello, Mutu Moya. How can I help you?
If you have a case that you file for I-130 for keep, and it has been over 2 years, they keep on the processing time. When it gets like 1 month down, they extend like they have extended twice. What do you do in that case?
Okay. Are you looking at your My USCIS account about that information? Or where are you finding that? The processing time?
Yeah, it's on my
Your online account?
Processing time.
Yep.
And now when you use like 1 month left, and they add another like 1 month now.
Yep. So I wouldn't follow that. I've called in USCIS myself before, say, hey, when I ask about a client's case, and then I also ask, hey, what's going on with this My USCIS account about the timing? And they feel bad for you guys. They feel bad for themselves because they have to answer y'all's questions. When you call in, you wait all this time. It's not accurate. There's no way. It's not. If you order pizza from like Domino's, I just picked up something from Lowe's, the retail store. They have something on the screen. It tells you step by step. And it tells you in the sense that like when the next step is going to happen, right? And so that's what it makes it seem like on the My USCIS account. Like, oh, I don't know exactly what it says. They don't even have that for attorneys. A login for us on that. But let's say like expect a decision in 1 month, for example. Is that what it shows? Mutu Moya? Yeah. So yeah, it's not accurate. Domino's Pizza would tell you, okay, you got 3 minutes left. The pizza will be ready. Mm-hmm. So, but 2 years, are you a resident or a citizen?
I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen.
Okay, you're a citizen. So yeah, 2 years is too long. Okay, as a U.S. citizen. So contact us, okay, to schedule a meeting. How do I do this here? I was trying to add my phone number again, but go ahead and click the plus sign, and then there's a link to for my link for where to fill out the form or call in. Okay.
I will do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Take care. And here's the thing for like Mutu Moya or others, especially when you're the parent filing for your child, and whether the child's like 2 years old or 10 years old. I don't think anyone wants to leave their child in their home country, even for like a week. Well, some parents, but but with immigration cases, if a petition's taken 15 months already, it's time to fucking file that mandamus lawsuit. Okay. Do not let the U.S. government stranglehold the case processing. Do not let them do that. Okay. Because you wouldn't let that happen for something else. Hey, I know the conservative party compared to the Democrats or liberals, they're more likely to say, I don't want government interference on my business. Okay, I get that, but there still needs to be some kind of regulation, not a complete free-for-all. And so, but USCIS and immigration cases, it's a complete stranglehold. There needs to be better processing, okay? They think, that's the thing. This whole, like, for Mutumoya, for example, and everyone else had that concern about the processing time to show up on your online account. It's a fucking lie, okay? But it makes it seem like it's so modern. It makes it seem like it's so modern and it's accurate. Because, it's not a janky website, okay? Thank you so much. Hey, what's up, Itzel? Itzel, thank you so much for being proactive in your case. That's very, very important. Some people like Ilio7, you asked about how much we charge for mandamus. Unfortunately, I'm not able to share pricing on social media platforms. Yes, unfortunately, I've had to read the terms and conditions. I've been banned for like 5 minutes before a year ago. I obviously want to be transparent. So call into my office if you don't mind. I usually have something up top to show the number, but I can't find it right now. Okay. Let's go head over to Facebook and YouTube. By the way, if you're not ready to schedule a meeting with us in general, maybe you just don't know you're still a little iffy about like if your spouse is going to propose or you're going to propose to someone, or if you're just like, let's say it's an employment case. Also, maybe you have some money and you want to start a business in America, but you don't know which option, or you've been a victim of abuse or a victim of a crime, and you don't know which visa pathway to select. You know what? Schedule a webinar. I'm sorry, we schedule a webinar. You join the webinar and learn information. It's free. Okay, I do it every 2 weeks. We have one this Wednesday. So tomorrow we have one. All right, so take advantage of it. It's free information. And at least for you, it's a specific topic. So just register for one. Our short form has a drop-down menu of the topics. Pick the most relevant one you think it is. Okay, don't get discouraged. You're like, oh, I don't know, I don't see a topic for me. Just pick one. So at least you get on a list, and then my team, Diana will keep you all informed. Okay. So no pressure, just to learn information. Because, again, whether my website or another person's website, it can be confusing. It might not have all the information you need to know. All right. It has, at least my website, it has some decent information, but you probably have some questions or want more in-depth information. Okay. So usually the webinars, I usually try to compare different options. My next one coming up, I don't think tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we have a webinar, but the next one I need to do soon is like, when should someone file for bond? I think Kathy, was it Austin? Your husband's in Austin. He got detained or arrested recently. Whether to file bond, if that's even eligible for you in that court, because I've talked to my lawyer friends every fucking day. This is going crazy. We have to keep up, like what's going on in this region of the country or that region, this field office or that field office. We have to keep track. So for y'all, to help y'all out. And so every court can be different about bond. And so bond is not pursuable, I guess you could say, that maybe a writ of habeas corpus. Okay, it's a filing to federal court. Okay, let's see here. Irving, what you mentioned about Mandamus, yours has been 5 years plus. What was the application, Irving? Okay, let's see. Just answer someone named TikTok, is removing condition on green card difficult? If you're still married, generally not difficult, but some people unfortunately mess up their case. It's mind-boggling in my opinion, especially when there's another professional working on it. And but the case takes a long time. Okay. You're married with kids? Okay. Wish you all the best with kids. How old are your kids? Mine's 4 and 7. But look, I mean, in general, just having kids, you would think would be a home run. Unfortunately, it's not. But the thing is, even when they get an RFE and you don't have kids, guess what's number one on their USCIS provided checklist, which is not much on their list? Birth certificate of any children, in case you have any children. No fucking way. Like, of course, if you had kids, you would provide the birth certificate. Of course. I mean, right? But look, we've had many clients approved without a child. It's okay. You don't have to have a child. Okay. As much as people think, oh, congrats. Oh, wow. 1 year old and twins. I wish you triple luck with that, TikToker. All right, let's get Sexy Alicia on, and then Agali is on deck. I'm just gonna invite both of y'all on, and Agali, I'll put you on mute. Hello, what happened to your friend? I thought you said she got approved.
She got approved. You remember I was telling you about her case, and she and her husband got the soul interview?
Yeah, and so
yeah, now she got her green card. Her green card was mailed, but it didn't go to her.
Wow.
It went to her lawyer
in New York. Okay.
But he told her like 2 different times he was gonna mail it, and we're in December now, and he still didn't mail it off, and he got it from in October. So she kind of getting frustrated because she don't know. She all the way in Ohio, and she just don't know why he's taking so long to mail it off to her.
Oh shoot, I'll go to New York. You want me to pick it up for you guys? Jeez, this is ridiculous. I like going to New York, but is it just like, is it only one person? Like, it's just him in the office, or he's got a team?
I don't know. She don't know because she has a friend in New York, and she was gonna ask her to go get it for her because she know how to get to the office. But he said he's not giving it to no one.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it to the friend.
She said
that's even more dangerous.
And gave her a tracking number for it, but even now he still don't mail it off.
Okay, does he want money for the mailing or something?
To him, he's not answering his phone.
Oh, okay. Oh shit! The sooner you get it, the less likely he could lose it. So, but you see, online account says like it was mailed, like, so it's for sure at the office.
She doesn't see any updates. She said it was mailed because he told her he got it, and her case was approved, but she wanted so that she can, move on with her life and
right.
get to do stuff she didn't get the work permit, so
has she right, that's true. Has she paid all the money to the lawyer, the balance and all that?
She had I think she owed him some more, and he's petitioning for her 2 kids too. He had
but that's a separate case.
Yeah, he told her he's sending their paperwork, but she don't know what to believe. She don't even know if it's true, if he mailed it off. He took a while to send off hers, so she don't know.
Right.
But she waiting on the green card from him, and he don't mail it off as yet, so she don't know like what to do.
Yeah, I mean, I would just send a stern email. You need to send the green resident card to me promptly. Right? If she paid off, look, if she paid off her own bill, like her own case, then I don't understand what is.
She's still balancing. I think she still owe him for her case. Like the money that he charged, she paid him like 12,000 something already, but I think she still owe him a little bit more. So charged 12,000.
Did you guys hear that? Wait, I thought, was her case adjustment of status? No court, no court.
Adjustment of status, no court, nothing. Charged
is that including her kids' case? Her kids?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. If it's including the kids' case, yeah. I was gonna say that's pretty wild. Anyway, I don't know how else to help you, but yeah, she's just gotta be pretty hold her ground and get that green card.
I'm wondering if it's because she's still balancing. I think it's something he holding on to the card. But why would he send the card? No. She told him that she don't have the balance right now to give him.
Yeah, I don't. You might want to ask your friend if that amount includes the kids. But even if it includes the kids, like we wouldn't expect all to be paid. This is just for her case, so she needs to get that green card. She needs to be stern, like send an email. You need to document it, paper trail it is what we call it. Lawyers like to use that phrase a lot. Send an email to him. Mail my card. You told me you received the card, right? Because you want to acknowledge, not a text message. You want an email. You told me you received the resident card back whenever it was that he told her. Mail it this week. I need to receive it by Friday. Well, today's Tuesday, so that's reasonable. And if It doesn't even sound like it's a matter like, hey, pay me the mailing fee or whatever, $6, whatever, $10. But it sounds like if he's the only one working in the office, then he's not organized. He needs to pay fucking attention, basically.
Because she has the USPS thing on her phone that
Uh-huh.
she can see when
Yeah.
mail is coming to her house.
Right.
But she's been looking on it and she was like, how come she don't see it? And
Yeah.
then when she reached out to him, he said that he got it. But he told her like 2 or 3 times, oh, he was gonna go to the post office and mail it out to her. He tracked it up.
That's the thing. I think, like, fortunately, wait, he's trying to mail by USPS and hasn't been picked up. We have an office. We have a post office person come into our office. Does he not work at an office? He works at home, maybe.
He works at the office. His office is in Queens.
Well,
he for some reason, even up until now, in December, she got approved from October. Remember, her interview was like the 2nd of October.
Look, back in the day, I used to go to the post office myself, right? Until I had a team. And then, but he might be old school and say he might not know about a website. For anyone that mails things out for your own business, special or even personal life, go to pirateship.com. It gives you a little bit reduced pricing. Okay. I'm not sponsored by them. Tell that lawyer to use pirateship.com and we can print out the label at the office. Like, you don't even have to physically go. It's crazy. So frustrates me. It's crazy.
Because he and then she calling him, he not answering his phone. Right now she feel like she can't bother, like she don't know what to think because she just frustrated with him because I told her to go to New York and get it, go to the office. I told her to go herself.
Yeah, I would like to do that too, but like the thing is, if he's a one-man show, he might not be there. You know, so does he have a website? Like, I show my team members on the website, you know what I mean? So hate to go. He has assistants. Okay. Yeah. There's ways. There's RP commented here for you too about you can schedule pickup with UPS. Like the lawyer can schedule UPS person to come to the office. There's ways. I don't know. This guy's just not organized, it sounds like. Because alrighty. Well, I wish you the best and your friend.
Yeah.
All right.
But if she don't hear from him, like if she don't get any update on him still taking a while to mail it, what could she do? Like
yeah. Okay, here we go. This is called bar complaint time. You can file a complaint if he's licensed in New York, for example. Threaten to file a complaint. It is reasonable to get your green card. Okay, and I don't know, just give him a warning. Send a warning email like, hey, if 3 months have passed from the date that you told me, which is whatever date, if you still have not mailed it to my home, I will file a bar complaint. Easy and simple, and then put the address below that. It only needs one sentence. I think maybe you'll fucking pay attention.
Yeah.
Good luck. Let me know how it goes. All right, let's get to Agali. All right, Agali, I don't like to threaten bar complaints, but what's going on? Worst case scenario.
Hi.
Hello.
So we have an I-130 pending, but the I-485, that case was administratively closed. I know the interview did go bad, but would that be the reason because of the interview? Because there was like a kind of like criminal fraud, you can say, in the background.
Is this for you or your spouse or friend? I'm sorry, was your spouse? Okay. So you don't have to tell me on the live show what all the background was, the past, but did they give you a chance? Like, did they mail a notice of intent deny?
They just said we'd have to present ourselves in court for removal proceedings. Kind of hard, but that's why I'm asking if it's best to just self-deport.
No, don't give up. You cannot give up. Have you talked to a lawyer before about this?
Yes, but we wouldn't qualify for a pardon. Sorry.
A waiver? Okay. I mean, if you want a second.
Also said something about there being like a permanent bar. Maybe.
Because of the crime or something else. Okay. I mean, it's possible. I don't know your situation or your husband, spouse's situation, but if you want a second or third opinion, you're welcome to schedule a meeting.
Okay.
But,
we're in Florida though.
That's okay.
Is that okay? And where are you? Okay.
Houston.
It's okay if you work with all 50 states, but
Houston, Texas is my office. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, Green Card Guys law group, greencardguys.com if you want to find more information about us.
I just gave you a follow right
now. Oh, appreciate that. Okay. All righty. All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right. I know there's a lot of questions. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the taps. If you don't mind, if you just joined, please tap the screen because that's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You're just exercising your finger just a little bit. If you can give it like 10 taps, I really appreciate it. And then if you can share the link, click on forward the link and copy the link. That doesn't cost you anything either. That helps the channel out. Thank you for the glasses. Thank you, Joker. But I know things like that, the glasses that cost you some money. I don't know, it's Monopoly money or real money. I don't normally do that, but let's get to some questions here. We got Irving on YouTube. Irving, you said it's to become a resident through spouse for your dad and your brother's a citizen. Okay. I remember it was a family case, but the spouse, your dad's spouse filed for. No, I remember it was a family preference, right? Your brother filed for your dad. So have you checked the visa bulletin? And what's actually the delay? The petition or is it the visa waiting for the priority date? Okay, Irving. Let's see. So that's an example of just me trying to dissect the situation I might not have a solution, but I mean, I may have a suggestion on what to do. And fortunately, a lot of people here have gotten I guess you could say, gained a benefit, been able to get the legal status, whether it's just, for example, going through a mindset struggle, just helping you overcome that step, to call the court if a motion's pending. I've advised people to call the court, and the clerk said, yeah, we'll get that motion to the judge because, they have thousands of pieces of mail. Maybe not thousands per week, but a lot of mail. That's what the judge told me. Okay. All right, next person. We got TikTok and then the person with a dash and then Haviz. Okay, let me get y'all on deck. What's up, Natasha? What's up, Tasha? Okay, I think it's TikTok went away. Oh, your alarm going off? What's up? The person with the dash?
Yeah, it's that. My real name is Abraham Babe. I'm calling in today to let you know that issue.
Okay, what's going on?
I live in Amarillo, Texas. I have lost my social security and my working permit, and I did apply for my green card January 29, and still yet I haven't received my green card, and I'm jobless.
Okay.
I can't get back my working permit, and I can't get social security, and my green card has been at years, so I don't have no job.
It's kind of hard to hear you because of maybe you're a little too close to the mic.
You say you're not hearing me?
I can hear you some, but maybe it's a little too close to the mic. So you have an interview January 29th?
I did. I applied for my green card January.
Oh, you applied. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I lost my work permit. I lost my social security, and I'm jobless, and I can't get back all these two documents.
Okay.
I haven't green card yet.
Mm-hmm. So you applied in January. You're asking me if that's normal to still be waiting on the 485?
Just checking on my green card. How long do I actually have to wait? To
Who
complain?
filed for you? Who's your sponsor?
Come again?
Who's your sponsor? A spouse?
Not a spouse. I came through asylum seeker. It came as
Oh, asylum seeker? Okay. Yeah, that's gonna take. I don't recall if they're pausing. I think I remember the memo from last week or two is pausing all asylum applications. Did you? Okay. Well, I don't really have an answer other than that. I'm hearing some echo, so I'm gonna kick you out for now, but I'll share more info after you're out because there's echo. Alrighty. So to that person, Dash, yeah, as far as I remember, the pause is on all asylum applications, okay, filed to USCIS. I could be wrong, but I'll double check that. If anyone knows that, please comment below. Hey, Joker, thanks for the TikTok app. Appreciate it. Okay, Irving, your mom is a resident as well. Okay. So have you checked? Irving, are you waiting on the petition or the whole process in general? Like, or are you petition already approved? Okay, because just trying to determine that. So then, well, once we know that, then we can determine if we need to file a mandamus lawsuit. Okay, let's get Hafiz and then Mo on, and then Stephanie. So I'm just going to put y'all on deck. Mo. Oh. Okay, Hafiz is coming in. Hope you all having a great week so far. All right. In the meantime, by the way, yeah, if you find any news that pops up that you think would be helpful for me to know so I can share with others, record a video, please share that. You can send it by email or DM, okay? Whatever's easier for you. I greatly appreciate that. All right, it's taking Hafiz a bit longer, so let's get Stephanie on. What's up, Stephanie?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. How can I help you today?
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You think if someone have a green card for 10 years, you think you could travel at this time to the Bahamas?
I mean, if you don't have any arrests or crimes, yes, you can travel. Are you from the Bahamas, or where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Haiti, but I was growing up in the Bahamas. That's where I'm from. I was come here for before I came here, I was have a tourist visa,
Okay.
and now I got my green card for 10 years.
Okay. Yeah, so far it seems okay. No issues to travel. Have you tried to travel since Trump took over?
Yeah,
And then you were able to come back, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and are you eligible timing-wise to apply to become a U.S. citizen?
I just got my green card
Oh, okay. Okay.
2 months ago.
All right. So it'll be some time. No worries. But so far, so good. Keep us updated. It seems based on what you shared, you should be able to travel and come back legally. But yeah, click follow in DM if you have any questions in the future. Okay. Keep us updated on your travels. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. Alrighty. Bahamas. That would be nice. I don't know if I've been to Bahamas. I'm sure it's nice though. All right. So I know there's a lot more questions. Just a quick thing of 5 scenarios where when you need to contact immigration attorney. I'm not saying you got to hire one. At least talk to one, because you need to be proactive. You're more likely to get shit done properly and timely if you have an attorney. Just hopefully. Okay. RFE, request for evidence, notice of intent deny. Those are not voluntary. You want to get approved? These are mandatory, by the way. Okay, if your case is delayed, put the letter D in the comments. If your case is delayed, okay? And unfortunately, if you get the gut feeling your case is delayed, go ahead and put the letter D and put that form number like 485 or AOS, what you're waiting on, or I-130. But the thing is, some of y'all have been waiting. Some people have contacted us and said they've been waiting for like 2-3 years, and you didn't know that you could file a lawsuit until you had stumbled upon our channel on the feed. So if you have not heard that already, if there's something you have not heard before, but you heard it in this live show, go ahead and click the plus sign. Okay. Of course, trust and verify, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of people on social media. You want to make sure it's correct at the end of the day. All right. Interview. If you get an interview notice and you have an attorney, you need to call them ASAP. Do not assume that USCIS sent the notice to be received by the law office or lawyer the same day as you. For some reason, our clients receive it like one day before us. I don't know why. I actually have to check with other attorney friends if that happens to them. So, but the way we can get on track the same time as you is we use Lawfully. Okay. We have lawfully.com. We pay for a subscription every month. Thank you to Lawfully. I'm not getting paid by them, but if you file your case yourself, you might want to consider using their platform services. I don't know if they charge you for that as the individual, but and the thing of why do you need to contact your attorney when you have an interview? Because we have a workflow when it comes to interview time. We don't prepare you for the interview after you file the case 1 month in. It doesn't make sense because we want the prep questions to be fresh on your mind. We do share resources ahead of time, but in terms of the actual mock prep session, that has to be close to interview time. So we have a workflow. We don't wait till last second, like the 3 days before interview. Okay, we might call you like the day before, 2 days before, say good luck, right? I don't know, and just answer any last minute questions. But we want to prepare you as soon as possible. Here's the other thing why. Because if we look at your file and you've filed by yourself or filed using a tech kind of company, can't mention names. I don't want to speak poorly about them specifically. But there's some tech companies that help with filing immigration cases. And it might be pretty cheap on the front end, but then you realize all these documents mean nothing because it's not really marriage documents. So you really want to check on that, okay? The marriage certificate alone is not sufficient. All right, we got some more people here. Oh, Tasha, you don't think his interview will be by April? I think, Tasha, you were documentarily qualified recently. I mean, it'll be a stretch for his interview to come by April, but have you tried the expedite request? If there's no, I wish you all the best in your pregnancy, but it's worked for us to get the interview sooner when there was some kind of pregnancy complication after pregnancy, right? So, but again, wish you all the best in your pregnancy journey. But you have to try to submit that request. But you also don't want to assume that he might not have the interview by April because it's just going to stress you out more. Just let the process flow. But when you join live here, anyone else listening, if you're worried about something timing-wise, ask me the question. Let me know how long you've been waiting from whatever you just did. Like if you just filed a petition, let me know, or whatever form it is, or if you're waiting for the interview abroad, okay? Because, this is too stressful. So the more information you get from us, hopefully that can reduce the stress. I'm not a therapist. I am a licensed attorney. But now I understand why they say counselor, or what do they call it? Attorney and counselor at law. All right, Irving, you're waiting for the prior date. Okay, so your petition's approved. Okay. Yeah, it would be Irving. It'd be related to the amount of visas available. Exactly. But Irving, something to keep in mind is if the priority date says, the date that's on the bulletin, or, if we don't want 1 year to pass from that time. And Irving, is your, I don't know, but is your dad in America? in the United States? If he is, then he needs to file a waiver. If he's abroad, then you don't need a waiver for the unlawful presence. Okay. All right, let's get some people on. Patricia, it's been a while. Let's get you on. Did you mean to join live? And then Hafiz. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. All right, let's get. No, maybe I was too slow for y'all. Hafiz, what's going on?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, welcome in. How can I help you?
Sir, I'm asking, VAWA, like new application apply for VAWA case. How many month after you get VAWA receipt notice?
How many for VAWA? Oh, VAWA takes the longest. I don't know why. The server center for VAWA takes a long time to mail you the receipt notice. And I know this also not just for our cases, but it's across the board for other attorneys. You know, we have this thing on our listserv that say like they share when they actually mailed it and then when they received it. It seems to be average 3 months. When did you mail yours?
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Well, that was probably the quickest one ever. All right. All right, let's see here. I'm just reading some questions here. Okay, Irving, gotcha there. I understand. That makes sense. Yeah, if love, thanks for commenting about that on YouTube. Yeah, if y'all know anyone that needs just more information, we have guides, complimentary guides that answers common questions. Look, if they might be hesitant to hire a lawyer. I totally get it. There's a bunch of bad, shitty lawyers out there. I get that, okay? But if your concern is only about money, you gotta eventually get over the hump, okay? Look, there are some attorneys that charge a lot more than I would have even crossed my mind, okay? So you do have to obviously still speak to a lawyer to see if you can trust that law firm, okay? We try our best to earn the trust of clients every single day, okay? Let's see here. Mummy has a delayed 589. Okay, let's get you on. Okay, I think I'll be here for another 9 minutes. Hello, Mummy.
Good afternoon. My name is Amina Yusuf.
Welcome in.
Please, I would like to ask. Yeah, me and my husband, we came through the border from Texas, through the border. So, we filed asylum, affirmative asylum, which is 1589.
Yes.
So, I heard from different people saying that asylum is not a pathway for green card. So I don't know how true it is. And we filed since 2023. So up to now, it keeps showing me next step is an interview in person, but they haven't scheduled us for interview yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, these cases, the current administration has prioritized last in, meaning most recently filed application will be interviewed first. So, I mean, you can try expedite request, but they might not approve it to get you want the interview sooner, right? That's what your goal is.
Someone advised me to hold on first. We should hold on first.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just answering a question in general, but yeah, again, as far as I know, what I've read is that the asylum applications are on pause, so it's nothing you can do right now. That was as of like 2 weeks ago.
And is it true that the I-589 is not a pathway to green card?
589. If you're approved for asylee status, yes. The next step, you are eligible to apply for residency, green card. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit different application. Yeah, you have to wait until one at a time. Exactly.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Okay. Take care.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So thank you so much. I can't forget, I do have meetings for the rest of the day. Itzel, remember Itzel, you asked if you could schedule a meeting with me. If you're still on, would it be okay to schedule a meeting with me and your assigned attorney, or you only want to speak with me? Let me know. You can send me a DM if you want. Let's get Chin, Chin on here. How much to expedite, Tasha? It's free. Your online account. Hi, Chin. Chin, what's going on? Okay, I'm gonna let a couple other people in. Skibbity, and then Carol's gonna be on deck. Y'all might be my last folks here, okay? What's going on, Skibbity? How can I help you? Nope. That cut out. I didn't touch anything though. I didn't do it. I didn't touch it. TikTok does weird things. So, but if you want to try to join back on, Skibbity or Chin or whoever else, welcome to do that. Let's see here. Where was I? Okay, I talked about interview notice. Look, if you've been denied your application, you definitely need to talk to a lawyer. You have 30 days or less. But the thing is, don't wait till the 29th day to talk to a lawyer. Good Lord. There is no attorney that you could talk to, maybe, not just talk to, but actually hire to help you in the last week, whether it's RFE, NOID, or denial notice. Do not give up, but be proactive. The same that you would expect of us, our law firms, lawyers, to be proactive, you also need to be proactive, especially if you filed your case your own. You can't suddenly say, oh, attorney, how come you didn't respond to my RFE yet, or NOID, or file the appeal or refile it, and it's only been a week, but you took like 3 months to get back to us, or it took like majority of the time to get back to us, or get to us in the first place, okay? So, but you might have some difficulty in a sense that I don't want to assume things, but some people have told me like, look, John, I've talked to 5 different law firms and they just didn't care. So yeah, unfortunately, some law firms are like that. I just referred like 5 different law firms to a family friend last week. And unfortunately, he didn't, just each law firm, they said what they need to say, I guess, legally, but none of them really, one, I think it was the last one, actually, the 5th one, only the last one, it just so happened I'm closer to that person too. That person was able to convey what he needed to convey legally, but also help my family friend feel comfortable. That's a key thing. You have to be comfortable with who you hire. Okay. Not just the Google reviews are like, 49 stars like ours. But let's see. Next question here. D. Joe, can you file a writ of mandamus for marriage-based EAD? We usually wait 12 months minimum for EAD. So I know most countries most people want to have the EAD a lot sooner than that. But the thing is, if you're going to file a lawsuit based on waiting for your work permit, at 12 months, I recommend waiting another 5 more months, for example, for your adjustment of status case. And any information I share here, you need to verify it with my team in terms of like learning more information, scheduling a meeting. Oh, shoot. Okay, Irving. So, Irving, did your dad apply for a waiver or file a waiver? Because you need to do that. Your dad needs to do that. A lot of people don't know. Okay, so let's say whether your spouse filed for you or your dad or your U.S. citizen adult child filed for you, but you enter the United States without legal entry, without a visa, without parole, you need a waiver, okay? If you're a family preference category like Irving's, his brother filed for his U.S. citizen brother, filed for his dad, and the dad is in America, but even if his dad entered America with a visa, you still need to file a waiver, 601 application, Okay. And by the way, you look at the instruction 601A, and you look at it, you're like, this seems straightforward. Unfortunately, it's not. I wish it was. I wish it was straightforward. Okay, sounds good, Mummy. Happy to help if you need it. Yeah, Tasha, it's free with the on the when you email them. Yes, that's the way to do it. For NVC, you have to email. Okay. Robert asked, can asylees still file for green cards? So I know before there were concerns that, well, not concerns, but well, it still is a concern, but the administration put a pause on what we call adjudicating, meaning processing cases to a decision, specifically 485 for people who have asylee status. I still recommend to file it anyway. So the thing is, now look, if you're in a shaky marriage, for example, just in general, then yeah, maybe not file it. But if you have an asylee, you won asylum, basically you're approved for it, and you're eligible to file for adjustment based on asylee status, it does not matter what the government policy is, because the government policy will eventually change. Okay. And so at least you will get a receipt notice. Now, look, if when I say that, and then you come back 2 weeks from now saying, John told me to do this and they got rejected. Okay. You need to file the application. Okay. But if you get rejected, let me know. It is unlikely that you'll get a rejection notice. Okay. Based on these kind of random pause situations. I anticipate there will be lawsuits soon. Tasha, email us and we'll send you some information, okay? You're welcome, Robert. All right, let's see. There's, I think, one more person that wants to join live. Ved Sharma, USA.
Hi, officer. How are you?
Hi, Ved. You don't have to call me officer. Just call me John. It's okay.
John, the thing is that I had an interview on 4th of December, marriage-based interview, and so officer said that I'm approving your I-130, like family petition, but for green card, he said I'm putting in bold. And just for you, he gave me a paper, and my lawyer was there too, but my lawyer was super, I don't know, so then my portal is showing the treatment schedule. That's it. Since even 5 or 6 days.
Okay. In the marriage case, okay. Which city is this?
It was in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana, okay. So, by the way, how far is that from San Diego?
50, 60 miles.
Okay. 5 or 6 days. I mean, that's not unreasonable. I guess that average timing is about a week to get a response. But how did it go at the interview? Like, did the officer give you like a thumbs up, basically, that you're going to get approved?
The lawyer we hired, she worked before 3 years on the same Santa Ana office. She was officer before.
Okay.
So they talked each other, but I was nervous because interview went well. They didn't ask so many questions because they were talking to each other, so they didn't ask so many questions from us.
Okay.
So it's I'm just approving I'm approving your I-130
okay
family petition, but for I-45 they just I'm just need to read because my case was F1 to asylum, then asylum to marriage.
I see. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything went wrong, right? Especially when your attorney was a former USCIS officer, so that's good. They knew each other, but I would say about 1 or 2 weeks is more normal to have something updated. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just nervous because
I'm waiting. Yeah, they're usually not that quick. Definitely not less than 24 hours. So that's why we tell our clients we have lawfully.com to input the tracking number. It tracks it for us. It tells us, it emails us as soon as something's been updated. So that way you don't have to feel like you're checking every day or need to. Okay.
Yeah, but my officer, the lawyer,
Uh-huh.
She never prepared for anything, but I had 700 plus pages document like evidence, and she said like you don't need. I don't need to prepare you anything. But when she talked to us, she said you already prepared. Why should I not prepare you for separately?
No, that's frustrating. Of course, every client needs to be prepared for the interview. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't because
Yeah,
this is weird.
I was stuck there when they said like, "Have you immigration fraud?" I said like, "No,"
Okay.
and I mentioned already to the lawyer just like I didn't go to school because I had a visa. I went to school for 2 years, then I
Mhm.
stopped going, and I put a cut. And she said like it's okay, but she didn't explain me anything.
Yeah, yeah. That's not cool. That's not good. Okay, but
Yeah, I will never recommend that. I never.
that's strange.
When I get my
Yeah.
papers, I never recommend.
I think part of it is I'm sorry to hear you went through that experience. Yeah, we have part of our step by step is we require to prepare our clients and give you advice. And I think it's because she got sounds like that person got lucky that they knew that officer that over your case, but not saying she did anything wrong in terms of the case in general, but it would be helpful to you, any client.
And this is first
Yeah.
year of like her working like not first year like a couple of months. She just started here.
Oh, I see. I see.
That's when she entered in the office. I think like almost everybody say hi, hello, and like everybody, like bunch of people
Yeah,
come to her and
I
talk to
see.
her. I think
Yeah, I see. Well, if you don't mind, Vet, if you don't mind, and not saying you're saying bad things about that person, but it's obviously frustrating. Could have been handled better. Can you DM me that person's name just so I could, you know, I'm just curious. Yeah, it's always good to connect with
the lawyer name.
the attorney. Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All
I
right.
send like a link of his immigration too.
Okay, cool. The website. Okay. Well, please click the plus sign and enter in anytime you have questions. Okay, Ved? Wish you the
Thank you
best.
so much. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye. All right. All right. So, look, it's about that time. It's been over an hour, and I thought I was going to be here for 15 minutes. So, I usually have links up here. You can go to greencardguys.com if you want to schedule a meeting with our team, or click on the link in the bio. Okay. We have two different types of meetings. We have a pre-qualified session, pre-qualified meeting, and our client care specialists who are not attorneys will answer your questions, except legal questions. And absolutely, access to attorneys is very important. If you want to talk to one of our attorneys, you can schedule a strategy session with an attorney. Okay, that obviously costs a bit more, 3 digits, whereas speaking to a client care specialist for pre-qualified meeting for y'all, it's only this amount. You can see it on the screen right here. Okay, I'm pointing the wrong way. There we go. Okay. So in the webinar, if you just want to learn more in general, you're just not quite ready to hire, that's okay. No rush unless you're in America and your visa is about to expire. That's a different situation. But, webinar, learn more information. It's free. Take advantage of it. We're going to have one tomorrow. Okay. Christina, you're trying to change the address on your DS260. Yeah, it can't be edited, so it's okay. You can update the DS260 in person when there's an interview. Okay, yeah, it's locked essentially. RP, my background's not on. I don't know how to find it when I'm on the. Oh, there it is. Of course, now I find it. Is it this one? Oh, almost. How do I move my thing? Okay. Well, I'm pointing up there. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. Well, just point. You can see my fingers. That's where the information is. Okay. Okay, we'll get one more person on. Then I really got to go after that. Layali. What's going on?
How are you?
Good. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I have a question, please.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How
I
can I help
married
you?
my husband and I brought him to the US from back home. And he decided to leave after like a month, and after a year and 4 months. he waited until I went back home and he left because he was listening some rumors telling him that if you leave, you can hire a lawyer and give you 10 years green card without your signing the I-751. And then when he did that, I wrote a letter to immigration for married fraud.
Okay.
And recently he filed for divorce.
Okay.
And I don't know if I need to sign it or if I find it, it's going to be against me because I don't want him to get his permanent resident 10 years green card.
Okay. So I don't really have advice for that because we're obviously I wouldn't encourage his behavior, but we don't like what you did is probably maybe enough that you notified USCIS. But yeah, this channel is not about reporting people. Obviously, some people should be reported, but it seems like what you did is what people usually do. Okay.
Do you think you will have a chance to get his permanent?
Oh, I don't know his situation. Doesn't matter if I say yes or no. I don't know his evidence. Unfortunately. But yeah, but if you're ever wondering if you ever use your information or your name, you could maybe try a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, to USCIS. But who knows? FOIA, FOIA. Yeah, for USCIS. Okay, thanks. All right, take care. You're welcome. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to head out. I got to eat lunch and get to the next team meeting, which I'm probably late for. All right, y'all have a good one. Take care.